Welcome between these hallowed hedges. Sanford Stadium in Athens, Georgia, home to the Georgia Bulldogs. Where they've had a little chicken, they've had a little drink, and friends, it's time once again to let the big dogs eat. Today, two teams collide in an old-fashioned SEC showdown.
Finally playing your first game, but
the Alabama Crimson Tide taking on the sixth-ranked team in the land.
Nah, this league go crazy.
48 Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started.
How many days is it supposed to take? Yeah, you just ain't on the schedule, that's all. Once you get hit. The real Biggie Cheese is here. He watching. Diego said he watching. Yeah.
He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25.
I gotta win a natty with this quarterback, bro. This is last year. So.
Keeping it on the ground with the single back. Runs through the tackle. And he'll make.
Yes, Amari went recruiting and shit. Amari let Alabama go.
Bounds after the solid pickup. These guys have really performed at a high level in SEC play, and the task is to try to keep this groove going.
Yeah, when you start the season like this, man, this is exactly what you drew up. Win your conference, be great in your conference, get to the conference championship. I'm not putting the cart before the horse, Palmer, but great start.
No doubt. To win the SEC is a long road. You know about that. I know about that personally. They just got to take one game at a time. They've done an outstanding job of doing that this year.
Now from the 40, it's 1st and 10.
This Kenny lead.
The option look. He just has a nose for those little crevices to be able to find space, and he picks up the first.
Recoup.
QBs that can run.
It's his senior year, though.
I mean, every single bit of it.
Yeah, he definitely like Cam Newton.
I got to keep him in the pocket. I got to understand all the zone read concepts and the power read and the jet read, all the different things they can do to you. So having a guy back there at the helm that can run the football, you have to be alert of it from the first play to the end of the fourth quarter.
Couldn't make the connection on first down. Now here on second. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. He's looking for an open man on second down.
Why he just throw that like that? Bro, he just do some tweets, man. They be doing that weird shit. Like, I don't even know why he was live there.
It isn't how you wanted to open up. It isn't how you wanted to start. This offense has got to go to the sidelines, get with the coach, settle down, and figure out the game plan for the rest of the game.
We'll fuck them niggas up.
This crowd trying to make life miserable.
My league will fuck them up though. Yeah, that'd be us.
They knock him down, but not before he gets it out to the 21-yard line.
You gotta win your games, bro. It ain't no
nice
easy.
Run there on first down. You know, this is a running back that gets better as the game goes on. So they're going to want to make sure they keep feeding him the football, let him get lathered up.
Looking to pass. It's Balkinson. Working the middle. It's complete. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short game there.
The quick passing game does several things. One, it doesn't let the pass rush get you. Those great defensive linemen, the ball's coming out so fast they can't get there. And then what else? It gets me ahead of the sticks. I don't have to worry about getting in long yardage and predictable situations.
Dragged down to the turf, but not before getting the first down.
When you're running up the middle, you got so many big boys on the inside. When you run this toss out wide, it's nice because you get away from all the beef. You get to get on the perimeter, make some of those little guys make some tackles out wide. The running back really appreciates when you give him some tosses.
Alabama with a 1st and 10 here. He's looking to throw it. pocket starts to collapse. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
It's hard throwing in the pocket, man. You got bodies and 300-pound dudes falling all over the place. They're trying to hit you. That time, the pressure got to him, and they forced the incompletion.
Off play action. Now he's going to break the pocket. Trying to make magic with his feet. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
You honestly can't really do it better than that. You can't. I mean, that was designed to be a pass play. Give the defense credit. They get some pressure. But this guy's just too good. He just instinctively knows when he needs to scramble and get out of dodge. And at that point, he's making good decisions. If a guy's open, he's throwing it. But if it's not, he's not even hesitating. I'm going to go get what I can get a first down with my speed and athleticism. Let's keep this drive rolling.
Every good quarterback is first a game manager. At Alabama, that used to be sort of a label of derision, but now they're not only that, they're playmakers.
Yeah, and it's what they used to ask them to do. Like they were very comfortable handing the ball off, running the ball, controlling the clock, trying to keep your defense fresh. Nah, bro. If you can't score points, man, if you can't get first downs and go get me touchdowns, you're not going to be on the field.
Line getting set on second down. Back to throw, it's Balkinson. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44.
And that guy is just a man. I mean, he sets the tone in this defense, and you saw it on that play right there. Reminds me a lot of the guy standing beside me, David Pollack. He really set the bar for great D-line play at Georgia. I think back to two guys I played against, Richard Seymour and Marcus Stroud, lining up beside each other on the inside of that D-line. That was an absolute nightmare to go up against.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
Getting some heat. Feeling the heat as he lets it go. And that pass intercepted. Great job by the freshman. Kept his eyes in the right place and made the play.
Really early in this game, you're seeing the ball hawks on both sides of the ball. Interception on the first drive of the game, and now they come out, and this defense gets a pick in return. There are a lot of dudes in the back end with speed and with the ability to close. What a phenomenal play by that young man just now to get the ball back to his offense.
We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. Boy, they hope this next drive is more productive after throwing a pick last time, Jesse.
Yeah, and the coaches did a good job on the sideline there, just talking to the young quarterback and making sure he's able to turn the page, calm him down, to go out and refocus this drive.
Yeah, and some people do that better than others, but you got to show some trust in him, maybe get the ground game going, help around him a little bit with this system.
On second down, looking to throw. Lost one deep down the right side. And that's going to be incomplete, going for broke on second down, but third down's coming up.
You know, it's a good decision by the QB because his intended target wasn't open, so throw it out of bounds, and you can live to play another day here on this drive.
It'll take some work to get to the sticks. It's third and long from the 30. On the move. And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chain.
And here we go. If you're an offense, you got to get that ground game going so you can have some balance, and then you give it to your quarterback, Palmer, and let him make some plays down the field later on.
Yeah, exactly. And coming into this game, this offense knew they were going to have to some way, somehow, at least establish a semblance of a running game for exactly what you just said. You got to be able to use play-action pass later in this game to get some explosive plays down the field, and it's a play like that we just saw, which can help them get that going.
Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. Looking to throw on second down. He hurls one deep down the left side. He's got it downfield for a huge gain. And they pick up a better than 30 yards on that completion before the defense brings him down. This Georgia offense moving quickly down the field. They'll go with a direct snap. They make the stop, and they give up 5 yards on the run. It's down to the 11.
Hey, 5 to 6 yards a pop. I don't know if you guys are really good at math, but that usually equals a first down every couple carries. So don't forget about the run game. Keep them honest. Pound that rock.
Makes the grab on the shuffle. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away.
Oh, man. The quarterback almost just threw his second interception on as many drives. He's trying to fit that football in there. It gets tipped up in the air. He's lucky that wasn't picked off.
He'll ride his man on the option. He'll toss it. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs! Follow the blocker. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Lisa, requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. They put together a 74-yard touchdown drive, and it was punctuated by an 11-yard run for the score. Coming out with it, it's Godet. They make the stop, and that'll bring the first quarter to a close.
That's the end of the first quarter with the score, Georgia 7, Alabama 0.
They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. Back to throw, it's Balkinson. He lobs one high down the left side. Fires into a world of traffic and it's picked off. Didn't really have room to operate on the return, but he hands him the ball at the 32.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. The give. Good job running tough and behind his pads as he gets up to the 38-yard line.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
Power football with the run. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there.
I like feeding my guy. I like getting my running back touches, feeding the ball so he can break some of those big runs. But I'm also okay with these little ones. Set the tone, stay balanced.
Finally pulled down, but not before moving the chains for a first down.
You know, you talk so much about QBs, right? And having to make really good decisions. There's a great example. He didn't see anybody open downfield. He didn't hesitate for 1 second. He put his head down, and he took off and went running and generated an explosive play for the offense.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Picked up 2 yards on that last when they need 8 on second down. He's looking to throw. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Grabs it inside the 10. Touchdown, Georgia! And once he got away from the knee, they had no shot at catching it. That touchdown puts them up by at least 2 scores. Too early to say it's over? Probably, but boy, it's starting to feel that way.
It might not be over, but you're in trouble, and you better find some answers really, really quickly. This team is putting everything together, and right now you got nothing going. Come on, give me something.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Godet. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Here comes that Alabama offense. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way, but dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
And they'll bring him down, but not before he picks up the first down. A cornerstone of the Alabama program really throughout history has been be physical, establish a running game.
Yeah, great running backs. I mean, not only are you recruiting great players in the offensive line and skill and all over the place, but so many great backs that you can name off the top of your head that played at Alabama, that ran it with an edge, that ran it physical, that always represented that style. And you can see Alabama, they're always going to do this. They're going to establish the run.
From the gun, the running back looking for room. Tripped up for the tackle.
Well, the defense may have been caught off guard a little bit on that play. It was second and long. They weren't expecting the run. So now we've got third and manageable, and they've got to be wondering to themselves, this offense going to try to run the ball again.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. Fires to the tight end. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. Ever since they invented the forward pass, the tight ends have been running the drag and getting the first down.
I think it's because the tight ends is so much versatility. You know, they can block and stay in the formation, or they can release and come out. But either way, if the quarterback's patient, most of the time, that drag route's going to come over.
This first half of offense won't go on the highlight reel so far. It's starting to get things moving. It's 1st and 10. They're trying to get to it. Complete downfield. They are finding soft spots in this defense. He's got it down to the 25.
It's a really nice looking throw. This dude is a weapon in this offense at the quarterback position. It's so funny. You know, I think back to guys like Greg McElroy and A.J. McCarron, guys that may or may not have unfairly been tabbed as game managers. And then you think of Jalen Hurts, Tua, and Bryce Young in recent years, and just how dynamic and versatile these guys were at the position and how they've really helped take this offense to the next level. Watching this guy reminds me a little bit of that.
They're going to throw it again. Bought a little time, lets it go. Grabs it in the middle. That completion will take them inside the 10 to the 9-yard line.
And listen, you get zone coverage and you can hit that curl route and he comes open continually. Keep hitting it. This might be a play to come back to.
1st and goal and a great opportunity to slice into this lead. Dropping back, it's Balkinson. Going for 6. Snagged in the end zone. Touchdown time.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now in game.
He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. After standing on the sideline and watching that long touchdown drive, they really need to put something together to give their defense a rest. He uncorks one deep. He hauls it in, and nobody's close. Touchdown, Dogs! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
And what nice play design. You get your speedster, you put him in the slot, usually get a better matchup, and then what do? You fade him towards that sideline, run a go. Nice ball thrown way out wide. He just runs underneath it, and just too much speed. Couldn't catch him. Gets in the end zone for 6.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. He'll return it. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. They'll go to the ground. Open space at the 25. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
Well, with the weapons this offense has, you knew it was just a matter of time in the run game before someone was going to break a long one. They'd just been running into a wall. They just couldn't seem to find their creases and get enough movement up front, but they finally got it there, picking up the first. Let's see what happens next.
They'll snap this one from the 32. It's first down. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. Turns it on at midfield. Open runway ahead. The 10. Touchdown, Alabama! And once he found daylight, it was Katie bar the door, baby. And with the extra point, they're down a touchdown, 21-14. Now, last drive didn't take long, just 2 plays to get it in. And he caps things off with a scintillating 68-yard scoring run. That might be overdoing it, keeping it away from the return man as the kickoff goes out of bounds. On first down, here comes this offense. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. Across the 45. And he breaks into the open. And he glides into the end zone easily, but this one might be coming back. The penalty wipes out the big play and the touchdown. It is just a punch in the gut for any offense. Bunch formation trying to spring a guy free. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Took a shot as he threw. Just couldn't find an open man. He'll get rid of it, and it'll be second down.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
They'll run the option. Now the toss. Perfectly timed on that pitch, and they pick up the first down on the play.
I love when players understand situations, and they understand where the first down marker is, and they understand where I got to get to. A lot of people you'll see run north-south and try to bounce out wide and make big plays. Sometimes it's not about making big plays. Sometimes it's about getting that first down to make sure I get an extra set of downs instead of trying to make those big touchdown runs.
Got enough for the first. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
You know, we talk about quarterbacks having to make quick decisions, and I think you saw it on that play. Nobody opened downfield, and he just decided to take off.
And the Dogs come to the line with a new set of downs. The give to the back. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop. Operating in the red zone here on second down. They'll keep it on the ground. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that first down, so they dial up the running play, and they get just enough to keep the drive alive.
Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Quick pass on the fly motion. Touchdown Bulldogs! And they made it to the house where they found that 6 points waiting on them.
Every time we speak to defenses before they play this guy, they all know he's going to get the ball thrown his way. They always come up with creative and exotic ways to try to cover him in the back end, but they're never able to get it done. This guy just beats coverage time and time again, and with that last catch, that's now his 15th receiving score of the season.
Just 9 seconds to play here in the half. Let's see if they come out guns a-blazing. Looking to throw, it's Balkinson. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. Makes a catch at the 15. And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bama!
And what a great job by this offense finishing the half. It wasn't perfect. You're still trailing, but now you've cut that lead to a one-score game. Now in the second half, we can come out, make some things happen. We just created some big momentum for this offense. Now we take it into halftime.
That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
21.
They're just about ready to kick it away.
Set to advance on the field.
And that is not the optimal solution there. The kickoff out of bounds, and the offense will have a little bit easier time of things. Let's see if they can put the defense on its heels on 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. Fires to the middle. He's got it. And he's brought down after a nice gain. And this junior quarterback shows you why the scouts love that big arm of his. It's 1st and 10. They've moved it to the 41. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Quarterback now breaking the field. Working on the right. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one. Now the crowd responding in the red zone, trying to help this defense. Really good job when this play went off script, and that's the job of a tight end. Find the soft spot and stay in the quarterback's field of vision.
Yeah, and it's just frustrating to play this kind of style of quarterback. That's always going to extend the play, make it harder on you as a defense. You got to guard longer in the back end, and just did a nice job getting outside the pocket and getting it to the big fella at tight end.
Going to work in the red zone, they can pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. To the air, it's Balkinson. Looking for space to the left. Receiver looks it in, it's complete. Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it 1st and goal. This crowd knows when to bring it. They'll try to get it in with the run. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. He'll try to tack on one more. And after that extra point, we have a tie ball game in the 3rd quarter. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they finished it off with the score from the 4. From a couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese.
Going to take a shot at this DB. Makes the catch down the right side. And he's brought down after a huge completion.
What a beautiful throw and catch on this play. And I love the job the receiver did tracking the ball in the air. Nice job of locating the throw and then hauling it in.
Going back to the well, another deep ball. Touchdown, Georgia! An epic comeback. They'll talk about this one forever if they can hold on, but they're on top right now.
Speed kills this offense. They've got multiple guys that can burn you. You can see it doesn't take them long to light up the scoreboard.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, right back to your game after we update the nation on this one. USF rose to the occasion when it needed to, and they'll be celebrating a solid victory there in Tampa. Week by week, you can feel the momentum building within that program. A lot to go through in the film session this week for both teams, but boy, it sure is going to be easier for the side that came away with the win.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Looking down the left side. Tremendous awareness along the sideline and the ability to get the foot down for the big pickup.
That's a really nice job plucking that pass. I don't know if another school has done as good a job as Alabama in recent years as bringing in top-level talent at the wide receiver position. When you think of guys like Julio Jones, Amari Cooper, Jerry Jeudy, Devontae Smith, this guy, he looks like he could be on the field with all those guys, too. He's got speed. He's got the ability to pluck the football out of the air. What a big-time weapon. How nice is it to play quarterback with this guy in the offense?
Now on second down. Back to pass, it's Balkinson. Unloads to the wideout. He makes a catch. And they got the defense on that one, and they get it to the 29-yard line. The transition of Alabama quarterbacks over the years has been fascinating, from the dreaded game manager label to playmaker.
To spread it out, to Heisman winner. I mean, that's how much this offense has changed and evolved, and they're going to be aggressive, and they're going to score points in this new age era.
He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
You know, the defense, they just haven't been able to find an answer for this guy throughout the course of the game. Obviously, he's got 2 touchdowns, picks up the first down there. They've tried doubling him. They've tried man coverage, zone coverage.
And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
And that is a huge play for the defense. Offense has it in your red zone. You're trying to knock them out of field goal range. The only way you do that is by creating negative plays, and they get the sack.
And they're able to get him down, but not before he gets to the 2. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. On 3rd and short, they'll go to the power running game. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown time.
What a day. His 3rd rushing touchdown. And when you got your college fantasy football team going, this guy is racking those points up for you. Cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching.
All tied up and just about set to kick it away. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again on this one.
Yeah, you're right. They had the defense on their heels. You wonder what sort of communication was going on that sideline. What sort of changes were they able to make, because they got to stop the bleeding right now.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Quarterback checking the play. On 2nd down, looking again to throw. He's going to run it. Made a defender miss. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. All wideouts, no backs. Linebackers trying to create some confusion. He's looking for a man on 2nd down. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
Really nice play. When you talk about Alabama and their dominance on defense, especially in recent years, it all starts up front. You have to have disruptors playing on the defensive line, guys that can be versatile and line up at different positions, but create havoc in the backfield. And that's what this guy has been able to do throughout his career.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. He'll try to do it himself. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down.
These guys aren't human either. I mean, they got to survey the field, throw the football, make deep passes, and then guess what else? They pull the ball down, take off, and make big chunks of plays on the ground. It's just impossible to be on defense nowadays.
The Tide offense rolls onto the field. How big is this drive? Scored a touchdown the last time they had it. Defense gets a stop, and now it's up to them in a tie game.
All right, so if you're the offensive coordinator here.
He's off to the races. Plenty of room on that play, and they find their way to the 36.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
Dances away from the pressure, going to his left. Got it in the middle, it's Godet. And they make the tackle, but it'll be enough for a first down, and we'll see if they get another playoff here in the 3rd. The Crimson Tide snaps it from the red zone. Wide receiver shows motion. Quick pass on the jet motion. Really nice stop there from this senior leader. Let's see what they've got on second down. Quick touch pass to the receiver. Got some room, entered to the goal line. Gets it into the end zone, but wait a minute. We'll have to check out the laundry on the field. Second down coming up. Fast motion from the offense. Back to pass, it's Balkinson. Setting up the screen. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed.
What's important in this game, this offense gets the running back involved out in the perimeter of space where he can do some damage. That time they got it to him throwing the football. He picked up a couple of yards, but it gives the defense something to think about.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. He'll take a shot. Touchdown, Alabama! And with that, they move out front here in the fourth.
How about the day for this young fella? 3 receiving touchdowns. Hey, defense, that guy's good. We might want to do something about it. Let's send 2 at him. Let's send 3 at him. We can't let this guy continue to beat us time and time again.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Daniels. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive to get...
Lofts one high and deep. Snatches it on the right. Huge plays like that can change the complexion of a game, and he's got it at the 22-yard line.
It's a beautiful pass and catch. I love the job the quarterback does manipulating the defense with his eyes. He froze that safety, and that allowed his receiver more room to work his route.
That last big play has them in business just outside the red zone. It's 1st and 10. He'll take it himself. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down. They'll go to work on second down after doing damage on the ground. Goes to the option. Now the pitch. And that might have been a bad read as the defense just swarms all over the pitch man.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
They've got it in field goal range, but they'll try to convert this 3rd and long from the 20. Quick strike complete. And he's brought down, but a flag is also down. Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. Ball spotted at the 27. They're facing a 3rd and long to try to keep their hopes of a touchdown alive. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. Feeling some heat. Trying to make magic on the scramble. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop.
It's nice for this D coordinator when he puts his nickel package out on the field, because that nickel player he's got who subs in is good in coverage. He's also aggressive, but he does a nice job blitzing, and he can play the run. They can spy the quarterback. There's a lot of different tools this guy's got.
We need it.
Mobile quarterback, and I think you saw a little bit right there in that nickel package, now setting up 4th and long.
They're throwing for it on 4th down.
We need it.
In the end zone. Touchdown, Dogs.
That's number 2 on the day, having a day. I mean, you know he's going to catch the football, and you know he's going to make plays after he catches. Those are the kind of guys that you feature, and you find them, and they produce like this, you keep finding them.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Tulsa is getting whooped today, and at some point this comes down to preparation. Are you prepared to play? Clearly, the answer today is a big fat no. They're trailing by 15 to Temple. We promise to keep you posted on what goes down in this exciting college football matchup.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. They were able to make the completion, but he had to pick his way for just a little bit. Needed a little more help to spring him for some yardage.
Yeah, if you're going to have success when you throw it outside like that, you're going to need some more blocking and better blocking downfield. Give the defense credit, though. They were able to rally and made a tackle.
To the air, it's Balkinson.
No way.
Still running.
No way.
And the catch was one thing, and the run even better. A big pickup on that one. They've done a really good job identifying mismatches, and they find one out of the backfield there.
Reese, I really don't think it's that hard. My guy is better than yours. Find the matchup across the field. Running back's got some speed. Get it in his hands quickly. Throw it to him fast. Let him make some.
And my niggas can't take no angles on nothing. Like, this should be crazy.
Touchdown, Bama! They move on top here in the fourth. The AT unit on the field. The extra point is good, and now in the fourth, they're up by a touchdown and an extra point. The kickoff team out there and ready to go. He'll bring it out. It's Daniels. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
But it was a nice job in play calling, too, David, just giving the quarterback some easy looks and reads so he could go out and execute.
And he knew exactly where to go with the football. Everything looked really, really easy. He was hot. The ball was coming out of his hands. The defense better do something different.
So much for the tough field position. One play, and you're already to the 35. On the move and looking deep. And he's got it.
You had the backer on him. You was tripping.
Take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs.
Well, as a defense, you know you're going to see the go-round, especially against this guy. He does it to defenses, it seems, every single week, and so they're not able to get back deep enough to get run by. He makes the catch and then runs it into the end zone. They're going to have to change up their coverage and get some safety help up over the top because this guy's is a problem. What a gutsy call in that two-point conversion. They could have just kicked the extra point and tied it, but instead they decided to go for the lead. They get it executed, and all of a sudden they have all the momentum in this game.
Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. Here comes that Alabama offense. Off the play fake on first down to throw.
He was off the tackle box, bro.
And how about this young fella? He's slinging the pill, man. His completion percentage is through the roof. Dude, he's over 80% right now. Everything he's throwing is working, using the whole field, using multiple receivers. He looks like a different cat from what we've seen all throughout the season. After they couldn't connect, it's 2nd and 10. Wants to throw. It's Balkinson. Fires to the big fella. They make the stop, but the sweet throwing catch is plenty to give him a first down. If you like the stats, and I know you do, he's over 400 yards passing now.
Yeah, if they win this game, he's getting a game ball. There's no doubt about it. This guy has been on fire from the very start of this football game. He's just been throwing bullets all over the field.
One man in the backfield, and he gets it. Cross the 30 to the 35, and that's a gain of 6.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
They'll line up for a 2nd down play. trying to get the corner.
And I keep
Still on his feet at the 45. They finally get him on the ground, but the big running play moves the change for the first down.
If you want to test the physicality of a defense, get the toss play going. Get the outside run game working, because those DBs are going to have to find ways to fight off blocks, and you're going to find out just how badly these little guys want to put their face in the fan.
Breaks the tackle. A most efficient pickup of 6 on first down. It's 2nd and 4.
Yeah, this coaching staff, they're getting this offensive line lathered up and into a rhythm. Now they're letting them drive off the ball on first down on these running plays, and they're getting chunks of yardage.
They're bringing heat. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Makes the grab. It's Watts. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down.
Well, it's a nice job, too, of the quarterback after the play fake there, getting his eyes down the field. He had to get that to his tight end quickly, knowing he wasn't going to have a lot of space to run with after the catch.
Nowhere to run on that when he loses 4 on the carry. Boy, it was like the defender heard the play call. He was ready for that one.
One of the things is diagnose and go get it. They saw it and they went and got it. They were not letting that ball go to the wide side of the field.
Grabbed in the middle. It's Godet. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. The offense uses a timeout, 20 ticks remaining. This third down play more than manageable from the 24. Can the defense stand tall? Leaves it with the back. Can't get him to the ground.
Bitch.
Oh, the ball popped out. Defense coming up with a
Man, you talk about all the excitement. Take the lead in this ball game.
Hey, hell nah.
Now you need help. Now I need my defense to go out and somehow get me this football back.
I mean, I was definitely R2, or I said
big
R2.
fellas out there, a 3 tight end look on first and 10. Here's the handoff. Solid fundamentals on that tackle from this freshman. They'll call a timeout with 9 seconds left on the clock.
He said your running back, motherfuckers in the comments said your running back was tired as fuck.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9.
He said he can't be tired. That nigga just went crazy. What the fuck you talking about?
Leaves it on the inside with the back. They'll use the timeout.
That nigga
6
just went
seconds left on the
stupid.
clock.
He said he know he getting the ball. nah, for sure, for sure. But
Formality between them and a victory as we have victory formation coming. And on fourth down, they'll come up and take a knee. When we get to the offseason and they start having coaching clinics, they're going to roll this game tape back to show both offenses.
Dial it up and let it run. I mean, that's essentially what we saw in this game. It didn't matter what either offensive coordinator was calling. Everything seemed to work through throwing the football, the intermediate passing game, the RPOs, the run game. David, this was just clinical offensive football.
And offenses have evolved so much. They can do so many different things, and they know how to use their playmakers, get speed and space, make those big plays. So that's why offenses are ahead of defenses in this game. It was no different.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.